we define time and time management, analyze the concept of time, the characteristics, then evaluate time, describe time management techniques, the skills. How do we minimize time wasted? You know, we have time wasted, so we need to also minimize them in our daily life or daily interactions, or manage personal organization and self-discipline. So as I said, the concept of time, every day we talk about time. We set appointment to meet at some point. So when you are not able to meet that appointment, then you also deserve somebody's what? Time, precious time. As you said, time is precious. If you lose it, that is it. You can't overcome it again. You can't redeem it again. So excuse ourselves for not arriving on time. It is not good. Imagine what we will do during the week. It's time, weekend. But we really analyze what we mean by time. We don't take into consideration what time really means in our life. If you are able to organize our time well, then we will not suffer like we are suffering like this. So let's do what is time. Webster's definition says that time is a non-spatial continuum in which events occur, yes, in apparently irreversible. If you lose it, you cannot get it back again. Irreversible succession from the past through the present, then to the future. So it can also be said that a time is what? A system by which such intervals are measured or such numbers are reckoned. You have solar time, whatever time, West Africa time, East Africa time. Then a similar number representing a specific point on this continuum, reckoned in hours, minutes, or in seconds. So this is time. And as you talk about the popular adages of time, so these are some popular statements on time. Time, and as I said, time and tide wait for no man. So if you want to stay and wait, time is not waiting for you. The time will go, and you are there. Time is money. If you lose some appointments, time to meet somebody, time to go to work and you don't go, you lose something. Time you have to wake up and go and sell something. You did not go. You have lost some money. Procrastination is a thief of time, so don't procrastinate. I will do this, I will do this, I will do this. By the time you realize things are already time does not wait for you. So if you stay there so for time to wait for you, then you are lying to yourself. Time will not wait for you. It will go. Seconds. It tick. You cannot reckon it. And time flies. Today, I was doing it. By the time I realized it was 3 p.m. already. So see how time flies. So as we said, it is rightly said, time and tide wait for what? No man. So an individual should understand the value of time for him or herself to succeed in all aspects. All aspects of your life. And don't leave some. All aspects of life, you need time. You need to understand. You need to understand this time and you should avoid wasting time. People who waste time are the ones who fall towards, who fail to create an identity for themselves. So money, I can only gain or lose, but time, I can only lose. So I must spend it carefully, by John Kelfus. So that is time, some popular statement about time. So these are the basic concepts of time. We have sold time. This one is the time that you sell to an employer or as a student, the time that you are here to get your studies for lectures. It's a sold time. You have sold your time for something, for degree. So it is the time that you sell to an employer or as a student, the time you give to studying. Yes. So you know that you are studying because you gain something in the end. So it involves exchanging your time for money or qualification as you are doing now. In terms for qualification, you gain it in an appropriate time. The qualification will become useful, which can also bring you what? Money. Because when you are promoted, then your salary will raise. So which can be recharged as what? Future money. Yes. The qualification that you are gaining now is future money. You gain what? you will be promoted. Then when promotion comes also with what? Qualification, and qualification will earn you some money in future. So time extend beyond the actual hours spent in preparation for this preparation time, homework, whatever, travel time. It's something that's you benefit. It's in the future, or sometimes even you can gain it right now. So that is sold time. You are selling something to gain something. So sold time. Then the maintenance time is what? Is the time spent things.
They didn't see you.
So I'm on maintenance time. As I said, is the time spent keeping things ticking. When you tick, that is how the clock works. It ticks every second, every minute, everything. It ticks. So it is when you do things that are necessary to maintain yourself. So example, sleeping. When you have to sleep for you to get a lot of energy for you to start another activity. So sleeping is very important, at least 8 hours in the night. Eating is very important. You get energy. Cleaning is very important. Dressing, grooming, and all those things. So this is the time that you use to maintain yourself. But still, you need to organize that time. You have lectures. You have to go to church in the morning, Sunday. So you have to organize that time. Maybe you maintain your time, but you iron all your things, everything, Saturday. So Sunday, you are not late to church time. So you are managing your time. So you are maintaining time. So it also includes time spent maintaining others, cooking, cleaning, for dependents, going for funeral, shopping, whatever. These are all maintenance time. But discretionary time is the time that you use for yourself. That's time that remains. So you use this discretion as to how to spend this time. So it is a time when you can choose how we spend it. It is a free time to spend as we like, but you need to use your discretion. You are going to for funeral on Saturday when you also have what exams on Saturday. So it's your discretion how you go about it. It is your own decision to use that time. So these are the basic concepts of time: soap time, maintenance time, and discretionary time. These are the characteristics of time. It is fixed. So when you lose it, you will not get it again. Time is limited and scarce resources. So you have to make choices. Time is irreplaceable. When you lose it, today, 29th, 31st, whatever, it's 31st what? January 2025. You will not get the first January 2025 again. The next time is 2026. That is it. Time is precious, as we said. You cannot buy or rent time. So give me your time so that by the time you realize the clock will be ticking. So you cannot buy or rent time. And you know, Baker refers to time as the most limiting factors of what? Executing effectiveness. Time is limited, not elastic. So we do not experience time in the same way. Not everybody in the same way. We all have our time. So why? Because it is because time seems to move slowly when we are bored. Yes, actually you feel it. When you're unoccupied, when you're having a joyous moment, like watching an interesting event. You see, hey, so short a time. So the unique nature of time makes. Okay, so let's continue. As I was saying, in spite of all the unique nature that we have discussed about time, it is the least understood and mismanaged, even especially Africans. We don't even respect time at all. We don't respect time at all. So these are the characteristics of time. So let's go through time management. We've gone through time. So what is managing time? So time management is highly productive people do manage time. So you will never find time for anything. If you want time, you must make it. So let's go to the concept of time management. What is time management? Time management is a process of what? So it's like management. We go through the process of what? Planning and exercising conscious control of time spent on specific activities to increase effectiveness efficiency and productivity. You know, so that is time management. As it's referring to managing time effectively so that the right time is allocated to the right activity. That is, time management is also what? Making the best use of time, as time is always limited. When you lose it, that is all. You can't replace it back. That is time. So always the process is the process of what? Planning, exercising conscious control of time spent on specific activities so as to increase our effectiveness, efficiency, and productivity. This is also myth about time management. Time management is nothing but common sense. Yes. I do all in school, so I must be managing my time effectively, not really that. But these are some of the myths that people think if you manage your time, that will be the results that you can have. It takes all the fun out of life. Time management, I work better under pressure. These are some of the things that people do. I work better, but you don't know that it is stressful. Sometimes I can even make mistakes. No matter what I do, I won't have enough time. That is not true. These are some of the things that if you plan well and manage your time well, you will have enough time to yourself. Yes. So these are some of the things, the myths about time people say about time, but don't follow them. It will not help. You need to plan. I like to schedule a time management seminar on my calendar as soon as I can find time to buy a calendar. What is that? These are all excuses. These are all procrastinations. You can't do that. If you don't have calendar, you can still manage your time. So the truth about time is it increases productivity, reduces stress. If you manage your time well, improve your self-esteem, helps achieve balance in life, increase self-confidence, and helps you reach your goals. That is time management. So why do you need time? It's the same. Save time, reduces stress, function effectively, increase work output, have more control over job responsibilities. So these are some of the characteristics of time management. So time management problems, there's lack of goal setting. Yes. There's procrastination, so you don't need to procrastinate. You go through procrastination. Poor organization of skills, low need. Low need for achievement, there's anxiety, low self-esteem. That is time management problems. So when you have to master time, you need to prioritize, you need to set your goal, you need to take decision making seriously, you eliminate efficiency. So eliminating of what? Time wasters, then efficient use of what? Steady time. Then what will be the effective use of what? Time session. Set the scene, concentrate, stay focused, and reward yourself now as you are doing now. If somebody is distracting us, things are not going well, and you're also losing sometimes, and you don't get it back again. So as I said already, how do I manage my time effectively? Then effective time management includes effective planning. We have done planning. We have done setting goals and objectives, setting your deadlines and meeting the deadlines. You cannot do things by yourself alone. You need to delegate. So delegation of what? Responsibility. You also need to prioritize activity as per their importance. You have an exams, then you say we are going to this school, we are going to spend Easter, you're going to know. Meanwhile, you have exams you're supposed to study. So you need to prioritize which one is the most important thing, then you choose. So that you can have effective time to manage. Spending the right time activities. So these are how to use effective time. You use your time effectively as a student at the same time as a worker. Learn to know how to manage your time effectively. Okay. So effective time plan, I'm just explaining. These are the points. The effective time plan, and you need to plan your day well in advance, prepare a to-do list or a task plan. So other activities according to their priority, allocate suitable time to each activity, as I said. So you can also complete spending time, your tasks one by one. So do not begin fresh work unless you have finished your previous task. Otherwise, you are not finished your fresh work, then you are beginning your fresh work. No. So otherwise, things will not go on. It will be haphazard. Finish the one that you have started, then move on to the next. Take the ones you have already completed. Ensure you finish tasks within the stipulated time. Don't leave it to the next day. Finish it first, go to the next. So make sure that within the stipulated time that it has been allocated to you, you need to finish that time. Then you go to the next task. You set your goals and your objectives. So working without goals and targets in any organization would be similar to what situation where the captain of the ship loses his way because there's no objective. Where am I going? Yes, you lose. You start in your boat and you don't know where you are going. Then you lose your focus. So you set targets for yourself and make sure they are realistic and achievable. Don't set targets that are not realistic. You cannot achieve within that day. And you go to the next task. Please set targets for yourself and make sure they are what? Realistic targets that you can achieve it. So set goals and objectives. You set your deadlines. So we work within the deadlines. Today I must meet the deadline. Don't wait. Don't wait. Don't wait. Don't wait. So ask yourself how much time needs to be devoted to a particular task. 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, then I must do it. Sit down and do it. You set deadline. Today, I have to meet my deadline. I'm meeting my supervisor today. So we are setting the deadlines. I have this to work. I have work to go. No excuses. So you set deadlines for every task and be committed. If you set deadlines, you'll be able to meet it. But if you don't set deadlines, oh, I have more time. I have this, then that's, you can't finish a particular task. So do not wait for your superior to ask you everything. No. By the time your superior asks you, you have finished everything. Learn to be self-driven. Don't wait. So we tell you to bring what? No. Now there will be more pressure. So set your deadlines and meet the deadlines as well. And as I said, delegation, you cannot do the work by yourself alone. If you're a nurse manager, a staff nurse, and all. So now we have a lot of you being a nurse manager and at the same time coming to school. How do you delegate your responsibility and make sure that the task that you have delegated, things are going on well, they are doing it accordingly. So don't do everything on your own. There's other people as well. Roles and responsibilities should be delegated to employees according to their strength and according to their interests and according to their specialization. So if they don't have the skills, and don't delegate that task. Delegate the task that they will be able to handle, and they know that they will handle it efficiently, confidently, and effectively. So an employee who does not have enough knowledge needs more time than someone who knows the work well. So give the delegate tasks to people or those who have that ability to do it, or the specialization or the skills. Prioritize. So you prioritize your tasks as per their importance and urgency, I told you. So know the difference between importance and urgent work. And identify which tasks should be done along the day and during the month. So we have the high, the low, and the medium priorities. So high priority is what? Low priority, then medium priority. Then you spend the right time on the right activity. Develop the habit of doing the right thing at the right time. Work done at the wrong time is not of much use. So keep some time, sometimes separate for your personal course. So, or checking updates on Facebook or Twitter. These are all social media interactions. So set a time for that. Make time for that. Not that after all, human being is not a machine. You cannot work. All work and not play. Make Jack the dull boy. That sometimes even our brain, you can stress our brain. So whenever you are tired, go. So sometimes I'll force myself. I can't remember. I have so many tasks. Even now, I am stressful. People are calling me here and there. My case study, my research, it is not easy. It is not easy at all. So I have to sometimes I was so let's see, last week I sat and For the whole day, I slept around 1 p.m. And the next day, I had to get up 4 a.m. So I had some lectures to attend. You know, you can't teach nature. When I was there, I was even sleeping. I slept. I couldn't do anything about it. I don't do anything. So we need to have also time for ourselves. Otherwise, we would die. So as I said, human beings are not machine. You can't work. Your brain, yes, your brain. You'll be stressing and working out your brain. So you need to also have time for yourself and rest. You need that kind of rest. It's, as I said, keep some time separate for your personal course or checking updates on Facebook or Twitter. After all, as I said, human being here, no machine. You can get tired. So these are the characteristics of good time manager. You need to organize yourself.
Madam,
you need to.
Please.
Yes.
Madam, please. Madam, the place you are saying that, like, let's take that you have to allocate time for maybe Twitter and other social media. So, per the three concept of time you just finished teaching us. So where will we place this one? Because maybe the person is tired. He was learning and he got to a point and he's tired.
Yes, you are tired. Example, the soul time. Soul time is about what? It's about the thing that you have sold.
For the future. Yes, for the future. And here's the
for the future. No, soul time is what we are doing. But you have sold your time to come for classes to get a certificate. But in line, when you are learning, you need to also get time for yourself. You're not always learning. That is what I'm talking about. But soul time is the concept of time. So the soul time is not, it's a whole thing. You have sold your time. This time that you are here, you could have used that time for what? Another thing, but you have come here. But it means that in that soul time, you are what? Having your lectures. But when you are having your lectures, when you are finished, you are done. Maybe you are studying. You can't study the whole night. You need time to rest, to be refreshed, so that you start the day. So that is
Madam, that is where my question now.
Your question is
that is where my question now. My question now lies at the resting place. So will that now be the maintenance time, or it will be because
you can apply it to anywhere. It can be maintenance time. It can also be soul time. It can, but soul time is what? Yes, this person, how you use your time. I don't care if you have a lecture period and you say you are going to what market. It's discretionary time. But in all this, the 3 time concepts. So first one is soul time. You are selling your time for what? For studies. Is in the future. But in all the activities that you do, time that you need to rest is part of the soul time. And the maintenance time too is yourself. So you need time to maintain yourself. You also need time for your discretionary time to also do. So when it is time for you to come for lectures, you say that I am going to the market. It is your own discretionary. You are using your own discretion. But when you have come for lectures and you are tired, when especially on the watch, you are tired. You have 2 hours, morning to what? In the evening, that is where you're supposed to close. When you close, sometimes when you are relaxing, you have that time to check your meals. You have that time to do whatever you want to do. So that is what I'm talking about. These are the characteristics. It can apply everywhere, anywhere. You can apply it there. So you can easily use your discretionary time, or maintenance time is that time. By even maintenance time, know when to use that time. We have time, as I said, we have time to maintain ourselves. So when you're coming for lectures, don't you bow. It is that time. When you're coming for lecture, don't you eat. Even when you come for lectures, you eat. 2 hours, you have your lectures. Within that one, we have break. So you maintain yourself, you go and eat. So that is what I'm talking about. You can apply it anywhere. And you also have to organize yourself. One of the characteristics, organize, be organized. Being organized is the key towards effective time management. You avoid keeping stacks of files. So when you go for sometimes you go to your next in charge office, you see a whole lot of files, whatever the place in where it is not organized. Organize your desk, office station. I need this file, maybe procurement file. It is here, so I go for it. You need to be organized. So that is why even we have our files. This is number 1 file, number 2 file, number 3 file. This is what goes in here. This is what goes in here. This is what goes in here. So avoid keeping stacks of file and heaps of paper at your workstation. Throw what you don't. You also come to the word time. So almost everywhere, superiors are given some liberty, but one should not misuse his or power or authority. The rules must apply. So the rules and regulations of an organization are not only meant for subordinates, but also for team leaders and superior. Managers must adhere to guidelines of the organization for their team members to respect their company policies. Ask employees to keep workstations organized. See the table, see the desk, be organized. As a manager, ask employees to have notepads, pens, folders at workstations. So point them out if they write on loose paper. Oh, the paper that you have. Oh, let me write the important number. By the time you see, it is in the dustbin. So as a manager, it is your responsibility to tell them their mistakes so that they manage things well. Personally check their drawers once in a while. You need to delegate the responsibilities. Let them make to-do lists. Motivate them to prepare a to-do list, check their task plan, and make sure they do important and urgent tasks first. Training and development is very important. So promote various training programs to instill time management skills in your employees. Conduct various workshops where employees can be given certain tasks apart from their daily work. So this is the role of a manager, next manager, in charges, whatever, time management skills in employees. Be a good listener. Be a good listener. So employees must have an easy access to their boss cabin. Proper coordination between employees. You put it between employees. And hey, this manager, you can't see you. You can't, no, that is not good as a manager. And if you are not employing what? So there should be proper coordination between employees when you want to see them. But of course, the lines of communications and authority must also be established for organizational structure. It is not everything that you also want to discuss with what. So do not keep task pending at your end. Give approvals on times and make sure your team members do not be involved in unproductive tasks. So how do you practice time management at your workplace? Know your task, your targets well. So you do not hesitate to what? Speak to your boss if targets are unrealistic and achievable within the allocated time slots. It is always better to discuss things at the initial stage than cutting a story figure later on. No, it's not acceptable. So accept us only, as I said, only when you are confident. The task work with staff ordinate, subordinate. So as you can see, the manager, you can't do everything as I said by your own. Distribute your work amongst your team members. If you want to finish assignments within the stipulated time, know your capabilities. Organize yourself. So these are the 5 ways to handle your paper. When you get your paper, don't put it aside. Work on it. As soon as you finish working on it, file it. Those that have not, you don't need, discard it. When you have a letter, when you have a memo, when you have something, complete your parts and forward it. Don't put it there. then tomorrow I will look at it. No, you forget. As soon as you get a letter, you get a memo. If it's important, if there's emergency at hand, complete your part and forward the part to another person. Try to handle it only once, regardless of the chosen category. Handle it once. Take it, complete it, fill it, whatever it needed. Get it done and forward it or discard it. You need to be loyal to your organization, alignment, work, and all those things. Okay. So as I said, keep a notepad and plan your things well in advance. So what you have, you do not work just for the sake of working. The first thing an employee should do in the morning, the morning is what? You jot down what all tasks you need to do in a single day against the time slot against to each task. So Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. What are the tasks that I'm supposed to do? Jot it down. As soon as you finish it, just slash it out. So as I said, task plan right at the start of the day. So 9 o'clock, I have a meeting. 9:10, I have to see my students. From this one, I have a lecture. From this time, I have a meeting. From this time, I'm supposed to see the provost. From this time, I'm supposed to discuss things with this. You do all this and you work on it accordingly. So you make sure you finish tasks within the assigned deadlines. Keep a notepad. Eat only during lunch hours. So you have your breakfast, you have eggs. Lunch hours, don't stay there, go to the lunch there. So in some organizations, lunchtime, when you go there, you will not see anybody because they are on break. They will tell you we are on break, and break we have maybe 1 hour break. So we break from 12 o'clock, then we come out. So make sure 1 o'clock you are there in your desk to continue with your work. So eat while working not only makes you feel sleepy, but also breaks the continuity. Don't eat there, go for lunch. Eat only during lunch and go for lunch. You can even eat your office, but you are not working there. At that time, you have that time to yourself to maintain yourself, maintenance time, and be punctual. Do not keep things pending at your end. So these are the tips for time management. So reach office on time is a tip that I've given to you. Reach lecture, go for lecture on time as well. So this afternoon, your class captain was worrying me. Madam, we have a lecture with you, but I know that we have a lecture with you. I was supposed to do something, so that is why. So reach office on time. So avoid frequent leaves from work. It is important to be punctual for effective time management. Do not roam here and there when you are on work. And even with nurses, do not except it's an emergency. When you are working on your patient and you are listening on your phone, it is irritating, kind of irritating. The patient is suffering, the patient is calling you, and you're on your phone. No, it is not good habit. Prepare a task plan. Manage yourself well. So keep your workstation clean and organized. So you manage yourself well. This person, when I entered the office, the office was nice. It was well organized. Use a planner. We have set all this. Avoid what? Gossiping or loitering around at workplace. Avoid that. So then the best time management is for you nurses. Get into the habit of arriving early. It is true. When you go to the ward, you see some nurses always being late. Make a note when it's necessary. Estimate that you have 10 a.m. to 12 noon on client as proposal, client A's proposal, prepare reports and necessary data. So get the most important, the agent and all those things. Also work on comparative analysis of what competencies, those that are urgent, those that are most urgent, those that are important. So know the difference between the urgent and the important task and handle it rightly. So maybe this is the task plan. I have 12 noon to 12:30 p.m. Sit and discuss with team members on pending issues. So have to clear all pending work by end of the day. So make sure that you really clear all pending work by the end of the day, as you have stated in your task plan. So that is what goes. So lunch break for lunch. So lunch break, enjoy with fellow workers. Then want to call up what my spouse, my whatever, my thing. Work on clients B proposal. You have finished with client A's proposal. Work on client B's proposal. Still have 2 days. Sit with your boss for approvals and other critical issues. So this is how the ideal time or task plan looks like. So the 6 p.m. to 6:15, organize your workstation. Then you end your day. You go home and also rest. Sometimes we also advise you that do not take some of your work. Unless there is an emergency at hand. Leave some of the work. If you close, you have closed. Go and settle with your family. You also have time for your family. It's also all time planning. Sometimes you don't have time for your spouse, your children, and everything. And you see that your house is also breaking, and you are focusing only on your job. No. When you end, that is it. Go, don't stay, but sometimes you don't have it. You can't have all that. Everything is like that. You have supposed to take some of the job to your house to continue. So manage your time and keep smiling. You need to manage your time and keep smiling. Do you have any question?
And that is what you term as procrastination. And when you were looking at the measures that you use, organize and schedule.
Okay, so these are also the thing how to overcome procrastination. So you need to organize and schedule your plans to avoid procrastination. Yes. So in the organizing thing, so in the procrastination, how do you organize procrastination, and how does benefit of time management? So the benefit is what you organize your things for. So benefits of procrastination, also organize so that you don't procrastinate. So how do I organize things? I don't want to procrastinate. So I need to do things. I need to do things well. Yes, so we can hand here, hand here. But it depends on how you explain it in the benefit and how you explain it in the procrastination.
Okay. Thank you, Doc.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Any questions again? We are still. Hello, I'm still on you. Any questions?
Yeah, hello, madam. Yeah, doctor. Good.
Your name. So when you
David.
What?
Yes, correct, David.
Which campus?
Keita.
Keita. Okay.
Yes. I wanted to find out with the presentation if there's any difference between the characteristics of time management and then techniques in time management.
Oh yes, we have time management.
Yes.
And we also have what? We said we have also what?
The characteristics of good time management.
Yes,
well,
I talk about.
Yes.
I talk about characteristics of time.
Yes.
And time itself, and also talk about characteristics of. So what are the characteristics? What are the techniques? So there's a difference between characteristics and there's a difference between what? technique. So these are the characteristics of what makes time management work. What are some of the techniques that we can use to overcome to manage our time. So there's a difference between I'm coming. Let me answer this poll. Okay. So as I said, so characteristics are the features and the techniques are considered whatever. So characteristics are usually they are broader elements such as the context, the themes, and the technique is what you're supposed to do to achieve something. So a technique is a particular method of doing an activity. And then what characterizes that activity. So let's go through that. So these are the techniques. So the technique is the method that you are used to achieve. So that is why I said you need to prioritize. But with the characteristic is broader. That's the element or the contextual themes or the intellectual themes. So what are the things that I'm supposed to use to achieve this? So now one is set your priorities. So let's see the characteristics. No. But in the characteristics, I also have characteristics in the time. Say characteristics of time itself. Before we come to time management. So as I said, the character is broader. Time is fixed. Resources, no amount of what person can do. But the technique is what am I supposed to do to help me have my time, plan my time management effectively. But this is time, talking solely about time, not time management. Then we went to time management. Okay, so we went ahead to define what time management is about. These are the myths. Okay, so these are this is not even this one. It is not the characteristics. It is a concept of a concept of time management, but not characteristics of time. So the heading here is not the heading. It is the concept of time management. Concept of time management, characteristics of time and time. The actual one is on the top. So we need to change this one. It is concept of time management. Are you okay? So the concept of time management, we have time management problems, mastering time, and effective use of time. So I'm supposed to go through this time management, lack of goal, procrastination, poor organization. So these are the concepts of time management, not characteristics. Are you clear? Hello, are you okay? My friend at home, your name once again.
Yeah, Doctor.
So this,
yes.
Preko. So Preko, why are you in Bo?
Because of the work, actually.
So because of the work, that's why you're in Bo.
Yes, please.
Do our time management well. But you know, when you go to the world, you did Abasari. Sometimes you have your task, your responsibility allocated to you. And okay, if you want to avoid it, some tasks have been allocated to you, and your in charge says kind of post it. So I was on the what? And so at that moment, the patient will came to the work. So you need to avoid it. You understand? So not all the cases, but sometimes emergency situation, you are in the world that you can handle it, but don't take things that is beyond you. You avoid it politely. Even sometimes in your matron or your in charge can also give you some tasks. If it's beyond you, say it politely. Please, this is not me. I'm sorry. So that is, let's see. And